morning, students. Today is the day of social science. The chapter that was somewhat incomplete, not done. The name of the chapter was Nationalism in India. Some of the topics of this chapter I have made them clear. Still, a number of things are remaining. That's why have a glance on the board. Here I have written rebellion in countryside. Rebellion in countryside, what does it mean? Rebellion means the protest against whatever the wrong things done by the Britishers. That was how it was moving in the rural areas. So what has happened? In rebellion, in countryside means, here is an example given that in Uttar Pradesh, the peasants, those who were troubled by the oppressive landlords, they were charging a higher revenue on the poor peasants, and this was the main problem for them. They want to get reduced. Politely, they have requested to this type of landlords, but it was not possible to eradicate this problem. Second thing was begar. Begar means a number of peoples were taken by the landlords to work for them on less remuneration, and once if they are paying money to their father or forefathers, they were continuing that money and taking the work from the person who is in debt, whose forefather or whose father has taken the money from landlord. So the person was bounded and the person has to work for him without giving money, without taking any money. So this was called the begar, and this was the system was quite prevalent in India at that time. So in UP, Awadh was a province. In Awadh province, a person named Baba Ramchandra, he united the peasants and protested against these type of landlords. The methods they have followed were quite related to Satyagraha. They have made the plan to boycott, means social boycott of these type of landlords, talukadars, and the merchants, those who are making atrocities against the poor peoples. So this was the plan made by Baba Ramchandra in UP, in Awadh province, and they have set up a Kisan Mahasabha, Awadh Kisan Mahasabha. Later, Jawaharlal Nehru also joined this institution, organization, and more than 300 branches were set up in the whole UP. This movement was on a large scale, but what happened? Many people when joined, the mob is quite furious, and these peoples have attacked the houses of landlords, merchants, those who have hoarded the grains. Bazars were looted. Means this become a violent incident. And by that way, this Kisan movement, which was on the right track, that become violent. But this cannot be denied that in countryside, how the rebellion took place. Another thing I would like to interpret the interpretation of Swaraj in tribals, means what was the meaning of Swaraj in tribal region. Tribal people, how they took this in freedom struggle. So in tribal areas, here I am putting an example of Andhra Pradesh, Gudam Hills, where a person named Alluri Sitaram Jaju, he was the person influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, and he was having the belief, yes, the goods made in India must be utilized by India to strengthen the economy. But the freedom struggle, he was of the opinion the freedom struggle should be carried with the force. Simply by non-violence freedom cannot be achieved. So his opinion was different in that regard. What he did, he made a militant band and he attacked the government treasury, government peoples, and he fought for the freedom of the tribal people. So by that way, this was one of the incidents that happened in tribal area. This example I have given you, that how the tribal people contribute themselves in freedom struggle. Next was, I have written a point here, halt of non-cooperation movement. Halt of non-cooperation, and non-cooperation movement was launched in 1919 and for 2 years, or you can say for 3 years you can consider. This movement was having the motion, moving smoothly. But what happened? An incident took place in Gorakhpur district. The name of the place was Chauri Chaura. On 4th February 1922, when a procession was going from market to protest against the Britishers' policies, this procession was attacked by the British police. The people became violent and they started fighting with the policemen. And in this violence, the police station of Chauri Chaura was burned. And in this burning of police station, 22 to 23 policemen were killed. When Gandhiji came across this instance, he thought that the people of India are still not prepared for Satyagraha, and that's why they must be given more training. So he decided to lift up this movement. I want to tell you about this point. Different views within the Congress. Congress was an organization which was fighting for attaining the freedom. But among the leaders, the views of the leaders were not altogether as united. Some of the leaders like C.R. Bose, Motilal Nehru, they were of the opinion that the council politics or council strategy should be followed. The meaning of council strategy means the Indian should be the member of council and they can raise this dispute, whatever the problems they have. They should raise these things in the council itself and to fight for their complete independence. So this was the aim and this was the strategy of some of the leaders in Congress like C.R. Bose, Motilal Nehru, N.C. Kelkar, etc. And one set of the leaders, just as Subhash Chandra Bose, Jawaharlal Nehru was also accompanying him, they were of the opinion that force must be used. Means these movements should be launched vigorously. We should not wait for that. We should be a member of council and we should fight for the freedom in the council. They were against it. So there were two opinions among the leaders of Congress within the party, within the organization. And there were two factors. One was that the effect of this whole scenario after First World War, that was an economic depression in whole Indian country. Means the condition which was shaping to the economic situation was the first effect was economic depression, and second effect was rapid fall of agricultural products. This was continued from 1926 to 1930. And this affects a lot to the peasants they were not able to get the price of their crops what was expected by the farmers for them. Next is formation of Simon Commission. The Britishers were ready to provide freedom, but they have the opinion that Indians are not aware about how to run a country democratically. That's why their opinion was Indians must be introduced to the constitution and how the constitutional machinery will work, and for that a mission was set up. The mission's name was Simon Commission. Sir John Simon was the head of this commission. The punching thing of this Simon Commission was that not a single member was Indian in this commission. All the members were European. Though the freedom was given to India and the people of India were not given chance to become the member of this commission. So this was agitating, and when the commission reached to India, the freedom fighters like Lala Lajpat Rai and some other Congress leaders, they protested against and gave a slogan, Simon, go back. Why? Because not a single member was there in this commission taken from Indian community. So this was protested, and the police opened the violence on the protesters. Lala Lajpat Rai was wounded by the stick blows to him, and he died after this incident. So this was the Simon Commission. This has happened. Another point that I want to make it clear, demand for Purna Swaraj. Britishers were ready to give freedom in India, but they have one condition, that the provincial government should be ruled by the Indian. The members of provincial government, legislative elected members will be Indian, but the central level, the Britishers will do. Means that will be an interim government, and this was not a complete dominion status of India. That's why the leaders have opposed it. They wanted a complete freedom. So in 1929, in Lahore Congress session, a resolution was passed for complete independence. On 26 November 1930, 26 January 1930, the day was observed as complete Independence Day. And Congress members took an oath that our country will be completely free, independent nation. So this was the session of Congress when the leaders of Congress demanded for complete independence. After that, I told you that in 1929 or 1930, the Independence Day was celebrated. Meanwhile, Salt March took place. This was an important event, took place in history. Government made a law that peoples do not have right to make salt by their own. Previously, a number of peoples were involved in that near the sea coast. The salt was prepared. But salt was a common commodity used by every Indian. So what did they do? They made the law that a civilian has no right to make salt by seawater. By that way, they want to impose tax, and with that tax, they want to increase more and more revenue. So Indian people opposed it. Gandhiji also opposed this. So in 1929, in the month of March, he decided, with his 72 followers, he decided to move towards Dandi. Dandi is a place in Gujarat. This is a place nearby the sea. Gandhi reached there. Meanwhile, a number of people have joined this journey. And near about 172 followers started from Ahmedabad Sabarmati Ashram. Later on, number of people have joined it, and thousands of people have joined in this march. And they reached within, I think, 13 or 14 days. He reached to Dandi, where he made the sword. He violated the sword law, and the Britishers captured him, imprisoned him. But he opposed this law, and this became an important event that Gandhi has opposed the salt law. So this, I told you, a number of incidences related to freedom struggle in India. Today I told you up to Dandi March. Please read the textbook, go through it, find out some important years, dates, events, go through them and keep in mind some questions may be related to that may be asked. So please go on and read the book. Once again I am saying to you, thank you very much.